Hello. Can you hear? Hello, can you hear? Hello, can you hear me? You can type in the chat box if you can hear. Hello,
ఒక 10 మినిట్స్ ఆగండి సార్. జాయిన్ అవుతున్నాను మళ్ళీ కాల్ స్టార్ట్.
hello, hello. Can you hear me? You can type in the chat box. If you are able to hear, you can type in the chat box. We'll start the session in some time. We are waiting for others to join also. We'll start in 5 to 10 minutes. If you are able to hear, please type in the chat box. We'll start in 5 to 10 minutes. Hello. Meanwhile, can you give a brief introduction about yourself? If you are able to hear. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Yes. So I'm Divya. I have like 10 years of total work experience.
Actually, your voice is a little bit not audible. Can you
Is
just check?
it? 1 second.
It is very low. I'm able to hear, but it's low.
Okay. Let me just check. Yeah, it is all good. Maybe. Yeah. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear it's better now.
Okay. Uh, so yeah, I have like total 10 years of work experience. So currently I'm on my maternity break from last 1.5 year.
Okay.
So I thought of like brushing up my skills little more. And I'm just previously I was into sales. For the last 6 years, I was into sales, quality analysis, and all.
Okay.
Yeah, and before that, I worked for Google Maps, that is into data analysis, and before that, in Wipro as technical support. So I do not have any technical experience. I'm into sales and non-technical background I have. So now I'm just looking for advanced Excel, and after that also I want to learn Power BI, SQL, and I want to try somewhere into data analyst roles.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the reason I have joined for this advanced Excel classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today we'll have the demo.
Okay. So before that, I just want to understand like how is the demand for data analyst roles? Only for data analyst roles based on Power BI, Excel, SQL.
Yeah, it is good. Currently, the demand is there for data analytics roles. Like
Okay,
you are learning Excel and SQL and Power BI.
okay,
Currently, there is a demand, good demand in the market.
okay, okay.
So, but you already have experience. You don't have any knowledge about Excel, or you have some.
I have only the advanced Excel part. I just want a little brush up on it. The basic Excel and all, I'm very much familiar with that.
Okay. So actually, let me go through the course content today.
Okay,
So there will be two things like basic Excel and advanced Excel.
okay.
So can you see the screen?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay. So in basic Excel, we'll start with introduction to Excel, we why Excel, and then what is the history of this Excel.
Okay,
We'll go through the object model of Excel, some basic terminologies
okay,
related to like what is the meaning of cell, what is the meaning of row column, what is the range. So
okay.
basic terminology, and
Mm-hmm.
then what are the different file formats in Excel,
Okay,
and we'll go through the user interface, Excel user interface, and quick access toolbar, customization of quick access toolbar. So
okay,
this comes under introduction.
okay,
Next, we'll get into the three groups like clipboard group, where we'll have this. We'll discuss about this cut, copy, and paste.
okay,
We'll also discuss about paste and paste special. What is the difference? And then format painter
okay,
and different types of the paste special options. Like
okay.
in paste special, you have paste formats, paste values. You might be already knowing like paste formulas,
Yes,
paste.
yes. Yeah.
So you might have applied. So these things will be discussed in
Okay,
the report group.
okay,
We'll also discuss about other groups like font group and alignment group,
okay,
where in font group you have font style, font size, borders, cell
okay,
colors and font colors. So all these things. Alignment group will discuss about the cell alignment, orientation, what is the meaning of this increase and decrease indent, and we'll
okay.
discuss the features like wrap text and margin center.
Yeah.
So these all things will be the part of basic Excel course contents. Since
Okay.
you already like
Yes,
I
yes,
think
I'm familiar
you
with is. Yeah.
You might be already having the knowledge related to all these things.
Yes. Yes.
We'll discuss the data types in Excel.
Mm-hmm.
What is the text? What is number? Like what is the date and time?
Yeah.
What is logical output? What is formula error? All these different data types. There are 5 different data types.
Okay.
So we'll discuss all these things. Like for example, I will just show. So do you know how many rows are there in this sheet? Like if you have a what is the default whenever you save the Excels today, like what is the default
Sorry, default?
extension? Like this is the extension, like
Yeah, Express.
you can.
Yes.
So right now, if you are saving the files in Excel, in what format you will be saving, whether it is .xls or .xlsx or .xlsm or XLSB.
XLS?
No, XLS is earlier versions, like between 1997 to 2003. Whenever you save a file, by default it was coming as XLS. But
Okay.
today, it is the default extension is XLSX.
Okay.
So what is the difference between these extensions? Any idea, like what are the things, like what is this extension? Do
No
you have
idea.
any idea about macros also?
No.
Have you heard about macros?
Yes.
So macros are some programs in Excel, like you can write a programs in Excel that for that you use macros.
Yeah, that is like kind of automation, right? So we can
Yeah. Where
yeah.
yeah, use the kind of automation only. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, in Excel S, you can store both data and macros with
Okay.
this extension. But in Excel SX, it can only store data. It cannot store macros.
Okay.
If you write a macro program, you cannot save it as XLSX. You need to save it as XLSM.
Okay, for data and macros. All right. Okay.
It can store both data and macros. This XLSM can store data as well as macros.
Okay.
If you have XLSB also, that can also store both data and macros. But what
Okay.
is the difference between this XLSM and XLSB?
Uh, so it is mentioned here to reduce the file size.
Yeah, you can reduce the file size. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
So
if you use
what the
XLSM and
M
XLSB,
stands for?
the
Okay,
same.
macros, SLXM.
Here you can see the meaning, like
This is
XLSM means
macro enable
Excel
workbook.
macro enabled workbook.
Okay, this
Okay,
is
this XLSB is Excel binary workbook.
okay.
In XLSB, you can reduce the file size basically. But in both the cases, you can save data as well as macros.
Okay, got it.
If you see today, like in all these extensions, number of rows are, how many rows are there?
10 lakhs,
48,576.
576.
And what are the column counts? Number of column?
16,384.
Yeah, it is all these columns are represented by these alphabets A, B, C,
Yes.
all are these columns.
Yes. Yeah.
All these numbers are rows.
Rows.
Okay, last cell address, if you see last column address is 16,384 is represented by XFD.
Okay.
If you see, I will just go to the bottom of the cell. What is the last cell row number?
Yeah, 10 lakhs, 486.
48,576. 10 lakhs 48,576.
576.
If you see this last column, this is the column XFD, which is 16,384.
Yeah, that is the cell value.
Yeah, this is the cell address. Cell address is here. You can see in this formula. I mean, name
XFD.
box.
Yeah, XFD. Yeah.
10 lakhs 48,576. This is the cell address.
Yes.
So just to understand how big is this Excel
Yeah.
sheet, we'll
Yes.
see like how many cells are there. Totally, you tell me what how many cells are there in this sheet.
Cells.
Yeah, I will use this number of rows is 10 lakhs 48,576
Yeah.
multiplied by number of columns. This is the number of columns.
Yeah.
So this is the number of cells. This is the total cells.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
many seconds are there in a year? Suppose I will 365 days are there
Yeah.
equals into 24 hours, you will get the number of hours
Yes.
into 60 number
60.
of minutes.
Yes.
Again multiply by
Again
60,
into 60
you will get this is the number of,
seconds in a year.
yeah, this is the number of seconds in a year. Like suppose I take like 1 second to touch individual cell, and this way I want to cover all the cells in this particular sheet. I am touching this way using the mouse. Like 1 second I am taking for every cell.
Yeah.
How many seconds it will take, or how many years it will take to touch all the cells?
This
Like
by this. Yeah.
this is the number of cells. If
Total
I take,
sets by.
yeah, if I take 1 second per cell, if I
Yeah.
multiply this by 1 second per cell, this many seconds it will take. It will nothing but
Yes.
this total seconds. This is the
Yes.
seconds in a year. So if I divide this by this, I will get number of years.
Yes. Yeah.
I will do equals to this total cells or total seconds
Yeah. Divided
divided
by.
by
Yeah.
seconds in a year. So I will get number of years. So how many years you are taking to touch every cell in this sheet?
545
Yeah, it will take 545 years roughly if you are assuming 1 second per cell.
per cell.
If even if you assume half second, it will take half of this time, which is
Yes.
272.5.
Yes. Yeah.
Like this divided by 2, you can say. Like divided by 2, roughly you can take 272 years.
Yes.
So that is a, like this shows like how big is the Excel
Excel.
sheet.
Yes.
So the complexity you can understand. Like why do you use Excel?
Sorry. Did you ask?
Why why are you using Excel?
Yeah, for data tracking, for reports.
Yeah, for storing data,
Yeah, for data
like,
tracking
for
reports.
calculations, for doing some calculations, and for
For analyzing. Yeah.
analyzing and preparing some dashboards.
Yes.
You can use analyzing for analysis. You can use pivot tables, pivot
Yes.
charts,
Yeah.
or charts. Okay.
Yes.
So let me discuss, continue the course content. Like we'll after data types in basics, we'll be starting this number formatting section
Okay.
where you have general format, number format, currency, accounting, short date, long date,
Mm-hmm.
all this like time, percentage,
Yeah.
all this number formatting.
Okay.
Later we'll continue with conditional formatting. Like you might be already knowing what is conditional formatting.
Yes.
So how to this what is conditional formatting? In that how to change or delete existing formatting,
Okay.
and different things like highlight cell rules,
Highlighting. Yes.
top bottom rules, data bars, color scales, icon sets,
Yes. Yes.
formula based conditional formatting. All these are subtopics in this conditional formatting.
Correct. Okay.
Next, we'll discuss with this what is a table, like what is the difference between range and table in Excel.
Sorry. Range.
Yeah, range and table. Like
Range is the total table value.
suppose
Average. Yeah.
what is the cell address? Cell address is,
C5.
yeah, C5. What is this collection of cells is called a
That
range.
is range.
Okay, what is like I'll starts from C5 to ends with
C9.
C9.
C5 to C9.
So how you write this C5?
C5 colon C9.
Yeah, C5 colon C9. This is the way you write the range.
Yes.
Okay. If I take this, this is the range, suppose. What is
Yeah.
the, how you write this?
C5 to D9.
Yeah, C5 to instead of C9, it is D9.
D9.
Yeah. So this is a range. Like this, if you see in this way, is this a range or a table? Like this one, this particular whatever I've selected, this one, is this a range or a table?
Now this is a table.
Now, how you are telling that it's a table? Like
Mm,
See, it is a range only actually.
Okay.
Okay. If I want to convert this into table, you go to insert. Here you have this
Yeah,
table.
table.
You convert it to table, like insert table. My table has headers. Enable this and then click OK. Okay. Now you have this table design at the top. You can see
Yes.
for Excel to be called as table, this table design has to be there. This table design tab has to be there. Okay, that we'll discuss in this topic later. I am just giving a brief. This is
Yeah.
called a table. If you have a table design at the top,
Yes.
if there is no table design, for if you see here in this case, you don't have a table design here adjacent to the help tab.
Yes.
Here you have adjacent to help tab table design.
Okay.
As long as I'm inside the table, I'm inside the table. Like if I'm outside this table, I will not see this table design.
Okay, got it.
So for Excel, you need to convert to a table. Like this range, you need to convert to a table. If there is no table design, it is called a range. So here, if you see, this is a range only.
Range.
Even though it looks like a table, for Excel, it's not a table, it's a range.
Range.
Yeah, you need to convert this into a table using insert table. And if you have table design at the top, then it is called a table.
Table. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll discuss this, what is format as table, what is the difference between normal and format as table. That is normal table is a range. Okay, just now I have discussed. What are the
Yes.
advantages of this table? Like converting into a table, what is the advantage? Like,
Okay.
so how to convert again table back to a normal range, all these things, how to create a different styles, table styles. So all this will be subtopics in this table.
Okay.
Next, we'll discuss the cells, like where you will discuss inserting rows, columns, sheets, cells, hiding and unhide, how to adjust row height and column width, how to rename the sheets and then move or copy sheet, what is the meaning of this, and then how to change the sheet tab color. You might be already knowing.
Yes. Yes.
So most of them you might be already knowing, but these are the things that will be covered in the basics. Next topic is filling options, where we'll discuss copy down, copy right, copy up, copy left. What is the meaning of fill series? Justify. All these are the subtopics in this. And the
Okay.
last topic will be like clear options and find and select, find, replace. All these options, all this course content comes under
Basic.
basic course, basic
Okay.
Excel. And after completing basic Excel course, we'll get into the advanced Excel.
Okay. So how much time will it take to cover the basic Excel?
5 to 6 days, like tentatively,
5 to 6
or
days.
maybe or 4 days also. Maybe it can be covered. Like
Okay. For advanced Excel?
advanced Excel, some 14 days or to 16 days.
Okay. So altogether
Totally
like
18 to 20 days, you can
18
say.
to 20 days for the
Every day 1.5 hour.
Okay, daily 1.5 hour.
Yeah, daily 1.5 hour. Course duration will be around 28 to 30 hours.
Okay.
We'll try to finish by, 18 to 20 days. Within 18 to 20 days,
Okay.
both basic and advanced.
Okay. All right. And what will be the timings? The same time?
Yeah, 12:30 to 2 o'clock.
Okay, 12:30 to 2. Okay.
You are in Hyderabad only?
Yes, Hyderabad only.
Okay. Coming to this advanced Excel course content, we'll start with the introduction to the formulas.
Okay.
So what is a formula and then how to write a formula? What is the definition of argument and what is the meaning of optional and mandatory arguments?
Okay.
All this in detail will be covered.
Mm-hmm.
Like what are the input ways to formulas?
Okay.
What is the meaning of many argument, few argument and no argument?
Okay.
And mathematical and comparison operators. Like for example, suppose you have a formula. I will just give an example.
Mm-hmm.
I want to perform sum. You have this formula called sum formula, which you
Yeah.
might be already knowing.
Yeah, select the range.
These are the arguments, like this number one, number two, all these are arguments.
Okay, okay.
So I will select this range. here I can select a range also. I will select this range,
Yeah.
hit enter, you will get this sum.
Yes.
Okay, this is a formula, and then like this formula has this argument. This is number 1 and number 2 and so on. Like there are 3 dots at the end.
Okay.
This comes under many argument formula.
Okay.
Like you can give any number of arguments. Like suppose sum of I can write 1
Mm-hmm.
comma it is going to number 2, 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma. You can give like any number of arguments you can give. As you are giving input, this keeps on increasing
Okay.
because this comes under many argument formula.
Okay.
So I will write sum of 1 2 3 4 5, which is 15. Like
Okay.
just as example, I am showing this
I
comes.
got it.
This sum formula is an example for many arguments formula.
Okay.
Similarly, you have a no arguments, like there is no argument. Like suppose I want today's date,
Okay.
I have today formula.
Okay.
You don't have any argument inside this. If you see, there is no argument.
Correct.
Output is you will get today's date.
Yeah.
So this is 9th June 2025.
Correct.
As per the system format, you will get this. Like if my system format is in DDMMYY, I will get in DDMMYY.
Yeah.
If the system format is in MMDDYY, I will get in MMDDYY. So currently my format is in MMDDYY.
Correct.
Okay, this is about there is no arguments. Like
Okay.
suppose I will write a formula called length, LEN, length,
Mm-hmm.
length of some text. Suppose I will give this VisiCalc. What is the length? Number of alphabets 1 2 3 4 8.
8.
So you get 8 here. This is a few arguments formula because you can see there is only one argument.
Yes.
So you get output is 8.
8. Correct.
So this way, like what is we'll be discussing like what is many arguments, few arguments, and no arguments. I have shown you an example.
Yes.
Okay, we'll discuss all this introduction in detail. Like
Okay.
similarly, next topic will be cell reference styles.
Mm-hmm.
Here you have 4 different styles like relative reference, absolute reference, row freeze, and column freeze.
Yeah.
These things will be discussed. After that, we'll start with formulas like text formula or text functions,
Mm-hmm.
where you have, I have discussed right now just length formula, LEN.
Mm-hmm.
So similarly, you have many formulas in text, like you have upper, lower, proper, you have left, right, mid, you have substitute, such,
Yes.
find. There are many formulas like concatenate, text
Yeah.
join, char code, repeat, exact. All these formulas will be discussed individually
Okay.
in text functions.
Okay.
Next will be the date and time functions, where we'll be discussing the formulas related to date and time.
Okay.
Like I have shown you today, just now, today's function. Similarly, you have now. Suppose now will give both date and time.
Date and time.
I will write it here. Equal to now, suppose. This is also example for no argument formula. There is no argument. It will give both date and current time. So you are getting current time is 115.
115.
So you are getting both.
Correct.
So similarly, other formulas are there like you have day, month, year, time, hour, minute, seconds, weekday, week num, expiry date. You have end of month, date value, time value, network days international. All these formulas that will be discussed in detail. Like this is date diff.
Okay.
Next will be this logical functions section where you have this and operator or not operator. We have if statement, multiple ifs, like if there are more than 2 outputs, then you can use nested if or IFS.
Okay.
All this will be discussed in detail later. Since today it's a demo, I'm just going through, I'm giving an overview
Yeah.
of what all will be covered.
Okay.
So this output of generally this and or and not will be true or false.
Yeah.
That we'll be discussing later. Like suppose you have marks, suppose here
Mm-hmm.
student and then marks.
Mm.
Student name is A, suppose, and then B and then C.
Mm.
Marks code, suppose it is 89,
Mm.
40, 23. If there is a cutoff, suppose there is a cutoff
Mm.
of 40, suppose.
Okay.
So whether I want to display the result as whether he has passed. If it is greater than or equal to 40, then he has passed. Otherwise, fail. I want to display this result using if statement.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll discuss like how to write this if statement. Right? I am just giving like IF
Yeah.
logical test. It is asking like if this marks
Mm.
greater than this cutoff,
Yeah. Greater than.
comma, then value if true. I want if this is true, then he has passed. So I will type. I want to print pass. Right now you can just observe. I will discuss later. Else fail.
Yes.
So then you will get that result like
Yeah.
I will here freeze it absolute freeze.
It is only greater than 40. So. Ritvika? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, can
Yeah,
you?
I was not able to hear you for the last 2 minutes.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Did you hear about VLOOKUP?
No, only till if that if formula.
Okay. VLOOKUP, this topic is very important topic like lookup and reference functions where we'll be discussing VLOOKUP, what is index and match, what is HLOOKUP, and we'll be discussing other functions like indirect, row, column, all these functions.
Okay.
I will share some examples like with respect to some formulas.
Okay.
Here you have some data is there
Yeah.
where you have this employee ID, employee name. This
Okay.
is a designation and their salary details, like it's the basic salary, HRA, deductions. Net salary, you have a formula that is sum of basic plus HRA minus deductions. Like this is a net salary.
Okay.
Suppose I want to see the who is the has got the highest net salary. You
Okay.
have a formula called the max formula.
Okay.
Max formula, max of this.
Range.
Yeah, you have to give this range.
Okay.
So what is the highest? 98. In this data range, this is the highest salary, net salary.
Yes.
Suppose if I want to calculate the minimum,
Okay.
I will use the min formula and give this range. So this will be the minimum salary,
Yeah.
lowest, which is 2,500.
Okay.
Who is that who has got lowest salaries? This employee 13.
Okay.
If I want to see the average,
Mm.
I can use formula called average,
Average and yeah,
give the range.
range.
So this is the average.
Correct.
If I want to perform the sum of this net salary, you have this sum formula and then just give the range.
Yeah.
So this is the sum, total sum of the salaries like 5 lakhs 39,000.
Correct.
If I select this range here at the bottom also, you can see the sum. This sum
Correct.
is 5 lakhs 39,000 and the range like average also you can see here. The same thing is coming here using the
Correct.
formulas. If I want to find out the second largest and second smallest, suppose in this range, max and min will give the first and first largest and smallest. But if
Correct.
I want to see the second largest and second smallest, I have a formula called large formula.
Okay.
Large, I will give the array. It is asking the first argument asking for array. I will select this array. Comma A will second largest I want. So I will give K as 2. So this is the second largest. What is the second largest? Second largest is 57,000.
Yeah.
So if I want second smallest, you have similarly function called small,
Okay.
where I need to select the array. This is the array where I want to see the second smallest. K value is 2.
Okay.
So what is the second smallest?
Okay. If it is like third smallest, then we have to give 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you put 3, third smallest will be, you will get 12,500. If it is first one you want, first smallest you want, put K as 1, you will get 2,500, which is the same as low, minimum. Okay, is this understood? Like using small formula, you can get the first smallest, second smallest, and so on.
Correct.
I'm just giving some examples of the formulas, basically.
Okay.
In
Yes.
the course, we'll be covering in detail everything. Like so, all these formulas are part of some statistical functions where I was discussing this large, small, max, min. Okay, all these formulas which I have discussed, average. Some formulas I have discussed related to statistical functions just now.
Okay.
Similarly, we'll be covering information functions where we have formulas like is text, is non-text, is number, all these part of information functions. And
Okay.
then we'll go through the VLOOKUP, which like lookup and reference functions, which are important. This is an important topic which will be covered in detail. Like next comes the illustrations, like where we'll be discussing how to insert shapes, pictures. Okay, all this smart art. other things like how to insert. Next will be sparkline. Like what is a sparkline? What is the difference between a chart and a sparkline? And what are the different types of sparklines like line, column, and win and loss? All these things.
Okay.
Next topic will be filters. We'll be discussing in detail like what is this filter, and then like what is the difference between a filter and a slicer.
Okay.
In insert options, we'll be discussing how to insert a hyperlink, how to insert comments, how to insert a text box, or how to insert this word dot, header and footer, objects. What is the difference between a hyperlink and a object? Okay,
Okay.
all this like are part of insert options.
Okay.
Next will be these themes where we'll be looking into the styles, document styles using themes and document color, fonts, effects. Page setup is a part of printing options where how to set the page margins, how to change the orientation, set the paper size,
Okay.
setting the print area, clearing the print area, and how to insert and remove these page breaks, how to print a document or a
Okay.
Excel file.
Mm-hmm.
Next will be what is scale to fit,
Mm-hmm.
how to print headings and grid lines.
Okay.
In defined names, we'll be covering what is the named range,
Mm-hmm.
what is a static and dynamic named range,
Okay.
how to edit or delete existing name range. So how to use these named ranges in formulas, charts,
Okay.
dynamic drop downs, pivot tables, all these things will be defined, like discussed. Do you have any idea about named range? Any idea about named range? Hello? Yeah, can you hear?
Yes, yes, I can hear.
So any idea about a named range?
Name range, yeah. After selecting the range, we can name that particular range at the top.
Yes, we can name that particular tape. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Suppose if I select this net salary range, you can see already we have named it. What is the
Yes, we
name?
have already named it. Yeah.
Net salaries in the name box. You have
Correct.
already.
Correct.
Here you can see the details like of this net salaries
Yes.
from the data set. At the bottom, you have this G2 to G18. If I want to delete, you have this option of delete this named range.
Okay.
I will delete. Okay, now if you see, if I am selecting, am I getting this named range name?
No, because we have already deleted that.
Yeah, we have removed this. Why it is showing error? All these things. There is an error that is coming. That formulas we have written earlier. Because we have written here net salaries, we have given the name using the, we have
That we
applied it in the formulas.
Yeah.
Using the named range I have written, but I have deleted the named range.
Yeah, that is the reason it is not able to take that range.
Yeah, that is the reason why it is a throwing an error.
Yes.
So to apply, like to name this, I will select and then give the name. Here I will provide the name net salaries and then hit enter. Now you are given the name range like.
Correct.
So now if I applying the formulas like sum,
Yeah.
whenever I select this range, automatically the name is coming. You can see here. This named range name is coming.
Correct.
Or instead of selecting the range, what you can use is net and then select this directly. There is no need of using mouse.
Yeah.
So this in detail we will be covering in the course named
Okay.
ranges. Next will be the formulas auditing, where we'll discuss trace precedence and dependence, how to show formulas, what is this error checking, evaluating the formulas, and then watch window.
Okay.
All these are part of auditing techniques. Calculation options, what is automatic and manual calculations,
Okay.
what is calculate now, what is calculate sheet, all these things will be discussed in the calculation options.
Okay.
How to connect with, how to import data from different sources like
Okay.
text file, CSV file, or how to import data from websites into Excel. All this comes under this connect with external applications. Also, how to create a connection with the database, like how to import from a databases.
Okay.
Okay, here in Excel, like you have get data here.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to import from any text file, you can use this text file.
Yes.
If you want to connect from import data from server, like from database, and then whatever the server, that's SQL
Yes.
server, okay, Microsoft Access database, all these things. Okay, if you want to import the data, you can use this feature. Like
Okay.
if you want from PDF, like you have this from PDF, like from
Yes.
file PDF.
Yeah.
Or if you want from any website, you have from web,
From web. Yeah.
import data from web page.
Okay.
So these things, it is connect with external applications to import the data. Like
Okay.
sort and filter, like sort A to Z, Z to A. Okay, custom sorting,
Yeah.
filter by text, filter by number, or color, text color or font color.
Okay.
So we'll be discussing the advanced filters. Okay, so all these things comes under sort and filter.
Okay.
Next will be the data tools, like we have splitting data using text to columns feature, how to remove duplicates, what is flash fill,
Okay.
consolidate data from multiple sheets,
Okay.
data validation. This you might have heard of this data validation. Like what is data validation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is this static data validation? How to create an input message, and how to customize error alert, how to change the type of error style, like whether it is information style, stop or warning.
Mm-hmm.
All this will be coming in as a part of data validation.
Okay.
How to create a list by
Mm-hmm.
using named ranges, dependent drop downs using named range,
Mm-hmm.
highlighting or circling the invalid data using circles.
Okay.
Next is this outline by forecast, where you will discuss how to group or ungroup the data, and what is subtotal, what is goal seek.
Mm-hmm.
Data protection options, you might have heard about this workbook protection, worksheet protection, like workbook encryption. All these protection techniques will be discussed. How to lock or hide formulas, lock cells. In comments, how to insert them, how to hide, or how to modify and delete. All these things will be discussed in comments and notes. Workbook views, what is a normal page break, page layout view, custom view, 4 different views. This pivot table and pivot charts is an important topic. Like we'll be starting with what is a pivot table, what is, how do you insert a pivot table, what is this fields section inside a pivot table.
Okay.
We'll be understanding different sections, like what is rows, columns, values, and filter in this pivot table.
Okay.
How to insert a slicer in pivot table,
Mm-hmm.
or how to insert the timelines.
Mm-hmm.
How to make this pivot table dynamic without changing the data source every time.
Okay.
What is the difference between filter and slicer? How to connect these multiple tables using slicers.
Okay. So almost we have like similar features in advanced Excel and Power BI.
Yeah, we will be having more or less the UI user interface is more or less similar with respect to,
Almost the same. Yes.
but Power BI is more powerful. Like for data analysis, you have more features in Power BI.
Okay.
Next will be this value field settings, how to insert calculated fields in pivot table,
Okay.
like subtotal, grand total settings,
Okay.
pivot table style options, all these options, grouping and ungrouping of fields.
Okay.
This is an important topic, like pivot table and pivot charts.
Pivot tables, yeah. So I have a question here. So if I want to learn Power BI, so it is mandate that I need to learn advanced Excel, or can I directly join for Power BI classes?
So if you know the about if you have the knowledge about Excel, then it is much better. It will
Okay,
be easier to understand Power BI.
okay, okay,
Like the Excel knowledge will be helpful, like, and it will make Power BI much easy.
okay, all right.
Like because data analytics, like initially you need to start with Excel, basic and advanced Excel.
Okay.
After
So
that,
it
maybe you can.
also assist in placements for data analyst roles?
Yeah, for placement for data analytics role, like knowledge of Excel is always very good and helpful. Like
Okay,
maybe you can have additional knowledge related to other things, like as you said, Power BI is a very powerful tool for data analysis, for
okay,
visualization.
okay,
But preliminary, like you need to know Excel, like
okay.
because more or less, like many things are common with respect to Excel. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, almost similar
so
features.
that is the reason why if you learn Excel, learning Power BI will be much easier.
Much easy. Okay,
And even like it will have a better understanding, like both.
correct. Yeah.
And even in your jobs also, it will be helpful, like if you have both the knowledge.
Okay. So only with these two, like advanced Excel and Power BI, will that be enough, or do I need to
That
learn?
depends upon your profile. Like if your profile requires SQL skills also, then learning SQL is also helpful.
Okay,
If
okay.
you want to, for why SQL is used for fetching the data, like from different servers.
Databases and
If
all.
you, yeah, from different databases, if you want, you need to write your queries in
Right.
Power BI or Excel, wherever it might be.
Okay.
So if your job requires writing even queries also to import
Okay.
the data, then having knowledge of SQL is important.
So SQL only the basic part will be enough, right?
Yeah, yeah, SQL in basic parts will be enough.
Okay, okay.
Like it depends upon the profile where
Yeah,
you,
profile
like
requirement.
ultimately it depends upon your profile. Like if your profile is completely related to SQL, then maybe you need to learn in detail SQL also.
Okay, got it.
Like if your profile is with respect to analytics, and then where you require data analytics to be done using Power BI or any other software, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then in that case, both as like Power BI and Excel will be important. Like
Okay. And
next
what
topic
will be the
will,
packages usually for these roles?
it depends. Like it depends if you have experience, already have some experience. Packages will be different. For
Okay.
freshers, packages will be different. Like I don't know whether you have already have an experience in Excel or this Power BI or SQL.
But what I'm planning is that after learning these courses, so in my previous company we have an analytics team as well in my company. So maybe I'll just keep like 2 years of experience into analytics, and then I will try 2 to 3 years depending upon like how confident I am. I will just keep that experience.
Yeah, that you can try.
Yeah.
Right now, you are in which company?
No, right now currently I'm on my maternity break from the last 1.5 year.
Okay, but you are on leave. You are telling, na?
Yeah, break. I'm on leave for the last 1.5 year after
Okay,
my
you
maternity.
are in which company? That's what I was asking. Like,
Plus Education India. It is a UK based company. So that is into sales, digital marketing, data analysis, Salesforce.
so right now you are working in like which profile? Like, what is it? Like, you are using Excel there or anything, like any specific thing that you are
Yeah,
using?
I'm actually into after sales and quality assurance. So
O-
I also prepare reports and all. So we prepare reports and we give it to the analytic team. We have a different team who will prepare dashboards and all.
Okay.
So I will just give the data in the Excel format. So they will create data reports. I mean, dashboards and all.
Okay. So which company? You said your company name?
Gus Education India.
Spelling?
iLabs. It's in iLabs.
Okay.
Yeah. It is into sales. It is mostly into sales.
Okay. Okay. So next topic will be this charts. Like you might have already heard about this different types like column chart,
Yeah.
line,
Yes, yes.
bar, pie, all these things, combo charts. So how to create these charts, all these things will be discussed. Like what is a chart design? What
Okay.
is the meaning of a dynamic chart using formulas, using
Okay.
named range?
Okay.
So all these things will be covered in the charts. And finally, the important topic will be dashboard preparation. Like
Okay.
based on whatever we have learned, we'll be preparing dashboards
Yeah.
using pivot tables and pivot charts also. Like we'll be trying to cover at least one project related to dashboard.
Okay. So in this macros and VBA is not covered. That
No,
is
no. In this advanced Excel, we this is macros and VBA is not there in this. For
okay.
that separate course is there, which is exclusively VBA macros.
Okay.
So that is different course. In
Oh,
this only basic and advanced Excel, it
okay.
will take between 18 to 20 days.
Okay. So if I want to learn macros and VBA, then again, that's a different course, right?
Yeah, that is a different course, completely different course, only for macros and VBA.
Okay. Okay.
That
Got it.
course name is itself VBA macros.
Okay. Got it. All
In
right.
Excelytics, we have courses related to basic and advanced Excel and VBA macros, Power BI, SQL.
Mm-hmm.
These are the primary courses. Like
Okay. So here, only courses related to Excel is only taught in this institute, right?
yeah, this course will be only related to advanced and basic and advanced Excel.
No, no,
All
no.
this course
I mean,
content.
in this institute, only there are courses related to Excel.
No, no. As I've said, there is a course related to macros also. VBA macros. There is a course.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There is also a course related to Power BI. There is a course
Okay.
related to
Yeah,
SQL.
SQL. So everything related to data analytics, the courses are available, right?
Yeah, everything related to data analytics are there.
Okay. I think there is also, I mean, a combo pack like all the
Yeah, all
courses.
the you have analytics Power Pack where you have Excel, advanced and basic Excel, and then SQL and Power BI. All these three in the combo pack.
That duration will be like 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay, got it.
I discussed right now both Excel course content for both basic and advanced Excel.
Yes.
That will be covered during this course.
Okay,
In detail, we'll be covering all the advanced Excel part also,
okay, all right.
along with basics.
Okay, got
So,
it.
any doubts related to this content, course content?
No, not really. Everything is clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can approach the front office team.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. They will let you know
Yeah. Okay.
after,
Sure.
like, once I think maybe everything is okay, then we can start the classes maybe within 1 to 2 days, maybe.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, if there is no doubts, then we can close the session like for this.
Yeah, it is very much clear. So if I have anything related to the timings and all, I will get in touch with them.
Yeah, timings will be 12:30 to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
In this course, you will be given access to these videos lectures, whatever the videos, like every class, you will be given the access.
The recorded session. Okay.
And also this course content, all these Excel files,
Okay.
all these files which I am discussing, this Excelytics study material will be given.
Okay.
Also, you will be given access to this tasks. There are different tasks like suppose we cover text formulas and then date time conditional formatting. You have questions also related to text. You can
Okay.
this access will be given to these. You can practice as per your convenience. All these tasks are there,
Okay. All right.
and these are very complicated. Like how to get this below format. Like suppose
Okay.
so all these you can try.
Okay.
These are very tough questions. Like if you are able to, solve these questions, then you can say like you have become a master in Excel. Like all this like task, if you are able to do. Solutions are also there. Okay, there will be solutions also provided. This is a task. Task solutions are there in this task solutions folder.
Okay.
So you can refer to the solutions in case if you are any stuck up with any problem also.
Okay. All right.
Also, you will be given access to this entire study material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are some tests also, like this is tests are there. Okay, where you can solve the questions like Excel basic tests. Suppose you have the key also in that only.
Okay.
So these questions like you can solve for these also you'll be provided access like some question like how can we use format painter for multiple times on multiple cells.
Okay.
So you can select the option here and then okay.
Okay.
Once we are like starting the course, these things will be provided like.
Okay. Yeah.
So you will be given access to the video lectures, I think for 6 months, I think.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Also like certification will be there, like Excel certification, you need to write an exam. For that also there will be given study material will be given for that particular exam.
Okay.
Like once you clear that exam, you get a certificate from Microsoft
Okay.
that you are a certified Excel expert. Okay, for that material also they will provide. So that you can add in your resume, like if you clear like that, you can add in your resume, like that you are a Microsoft certified Excel expert, something. If you are able to clear that exam, like for that material, they will be provided. Most of the questions will be around 80% of them will be coming from them only.
తీసేసి అగో నిన్నటి నుంచి
Okay, we'll close for today. Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, we can close the session for today if you have no doubts
No, it
with
is
them.
very much clear. Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can contact the front office team
Okay.
or any further queries. You can contact them. Like
Okay, sure. Yeah.
so, maybe we can start if you are okay. Then we can start maybe within a couple of days. We can start the classes.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.